I bet you this looks familiar. Even if you don't play it, you no doubt have noticed these tiny green, yellow, and gray blocks appearing all over social media, whether it be from an old friend from college posting on Twitter or your great aunt updating her Facebook status. For the uninitiated, these colored squares are puzzling. After all, what is this? Some sort of cipher? Well, no. This is Wordle, a fun new twist on word puzzles developed by a man named Josh Wardle. Yeah, ironic name I know. And it's published daily by the New York Times. This inventive puzzle game challenges the player to correctly isolate a single 5-letter word, using 6 guesses, while also utilizing context clues to further educate each guess, pushing them closer and closer to discovering the elusive word. The game has exploded in 2022, with over 2 million players worldwide as of early February, and that number is on the rise. I, myself, have found great pleasure in starting my day off with a Wordle, and it got me thinking about why I enjoy it so much and how it provides small benefits to my mental acuity. So today, in this episode of Psychology of Gaming, the series where we look at how psychological principles are worked into games and how games can affect us psychologically, we take a look at the global phenomenon known as Wordle. Before we come at the game from a psychological perspective, let's first establish what exactly Wordle is and how it's played. Each day, a 5-letter word is selected, and players are given 6 chances to guess what the word is. When they type in a word, the 5 letters they use will turn either gray, which signals that that letter isn't in the correct word, yellow, signaling that that letter is in the word but not in the right spot, or green, signaling the letter is in the word and belongs in that spot. Using these color clues, the player can infer other words to guess, and players win by discovering the correct word, or lose by not finding it within 6 guesses. Its simple design is easy to understand but hard to master if you're trying to compete for the highest score, aka getting it in the least number of guesses. This is one component that has allowed the game to succeed as much as it has. Simplicity in design allows many new players to check out the game with very few barriers to entry. Play Wordle one time and you'll understand exactly how it works. This sense of understanding will keep you playing, but the thrill of mastery is what brings you back, even if that mastery comes with a bit of luck. After all, it's much more rewarding to guess the word in 2 chances rather than 6. The thrill of not knowing when you'll discover the correct word acts as a compelling force to keep you playing. Going hand in hand with that is anticipation, as Wordle can only be played once each day. That's right, there's only 1 word per day, meaning you'll have to wait until at least midnight to try again. At surface level, this may seem like an unwise choice, as you severely limit how long people can enjoy your video game. But often, leaving your player satisfied and wanting more is a good way to keep them checking back in at the next available opportunity. Soon, Wordle becomes a habit. It's just another thing you do in your everyday life. The simplicity of the game truly is genius and allows Wordle to succeed as much as it has. So, now that we understand some of the design choices that make Wordle such a fun game to play, let's take a look at some of the psychological benefits that come forth from completing word puzzles. First and foremost, Wordle makes you feel smart and accomplished, which is a positive and enriching way to start each day. Let's face facts. There's a ton of words out there that contain 5 letters, and being able to narrow down that vast pool into one singular strand of letters inherently feels impressive. Not to mention, you did this using context clues, meaning you had to use critical thinking skills to uncover the answer. This mental investment further engrosses you into the game, making it that much more rewarding when you win. Those good feelings are addictive, but not in a bad way because, once again, you can only play Wordle once each day. And as a developer, you want your players having that good feeling as often as possible, which is why it was very smart for Josh Wardle to design the game in a way that players will win far more often than they lose. The losses don't come frequent enough to stop you from playing altogether, but instead come just enough to excite you for the next day to start a new winning streak. So yeah, Wordle typically puts people in a good state of mind, and you don't need me to tell you that people enjoy that. On top of that, word-based puzzles are simply good for our overall mental health. Many functions of the brain can be thought of as use it or lose it. For example, if you learn Spanish in high school but then don't speak the language for the next 5 years, you're most likely to forget the intricacies, vernacular, and conjunctions that come with it. However, if you continue to speak Spanish, your brain finds meaning in that repetition and dedicates it to memory in stronger ways. Now, English language users aren't likely to stop speaking their native tongue anytime soon, but word puzzles help in sharpening your skills with the language, whether it be by increasing your vocabulary, developing better pattern recognition skills, bettering your spelling skills, and heightening your understanding of a topic using context clues. This sharpening of your brain helps keep peak performance and is particularly effective in developing the minds of young children and maintaining the standard for elderly folks. When it comes to the brain, puzzle-solving skills are housed in the frontal lobe, which is also imperative in many components that make us distinctly human, such as judgment, personality, morality, and emotions. Completing a puzzle daily helps activate that part of our brain and sharpen specific skills while also stimulating that entire region of our minds. When done consistently, a person may notice a higher mental acuity, as their ability to think through problems logically and contextually will have been improved. Now, I'm not saying that a single Wordle a day will help you reach these results, but it makes for a good first step in developing a love for puzzle solving that comes with many additional perks and benefits. And while it isn't the most rewarding component of solving a daily Wordle, there's an undeniable social component to this game, especially as it has continued to grow in popularity. I mentioned earlier that there's 2 million players worldwide as of the beginning of February. Well, at the beginning of January, there was only 300,000. So 1.7 million new players have come into this game in just a month. So yeah, it's gonna keep getting bigger. And there's an undeniable thrill that comes from solving a Wordle in 3 or less guesses, and the compulsion to share that victory with fellow players is unyielding at points. Whether it be updating a Facebook status or telling your friends about your daily Wordle adventure in person, it's just fun to talk about something that many people are enjoying simultaneously. It helps us feel more involved and connected, as if we are part of something bigger than ourselves. It's a point of communication and connection, which is something all humans strive for to various degrees. Just do us a favor, and don't be the one that constantly gloats about solving the Wordle in 2 tries every day. It's not that deep, man. Wordle and spin-off games inspired by it will only continue to grow in popularity as the years push onward. That's due mostly to smart game design that challenges players while rewarding them frequently, both intrinsically through feelings of accomplishment and extrinsically through solving a tough riddle. The game's simplicity allows it to draw in unsuspecting players and keeps them checking in on a daily basis, all while sharpening their mental skills and keeping their brains alert, focused, and concentrated, making them ready for the day. And the popularity of the game provides a point of social emphasis around water coolers each and every day. These factors have allowed Wordle to grow into the success that it is, and it's only going to keep getting bigger and bigger. So don't be afraid to get on the bandwagon by waking up with Wordle each and every day. Thanks for watching. Alright everyone, that brings us to the end of another episode of Psychology of Gaming. And I have just one question for you. Are you playing Wordle? Actually, I have two questions for you. If you are playing Wordle, what's your go-to word to start every day with? I usually switch it up, but my favorite starter word is probably great. It contains popular letters like R and T, while also providing the two most common vowels. It's usually enough to get me going in the right direction. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, consider checking out some of the other videos in the Psychology of Gaming playlist. There's a lot more to uncover in the world of video games. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing for more, follow me on Twitter @NopeNapNarp, and as always guys, have a nice day, and take care.